Hey Boris, hey Daniel, how you doing? What's up? Walter, thank you for joining. How are you, young man? Hey, Tim, how's it going? The Peterson pipe in the intro is a new pipe which I'm going to start prepping tonight. Hi Joe. For the Pipe Club of London. Sorry, not the Pipe Club of London. For the Nottingham Pipe Show. Sorry, no, I was right the first time. The Pipe Club of London. Next Tuesday at the May meetup of the Pipe Club of London, there's a special visit from Peterson. And in honour of that visit, there's going to be a slow smoke competition, which I'm quite excited about because I've never taken part in one. The only condition is that you've got to have a Peterson pipe, and I didn't want to take the chance that there would be a Peterson pipe which is 9mm and that I like, so I figured I'd better just get one. So first of all, I picked one up on eBay, an estate pipe, which actually smokes really well. So the first one I picked up is this one here, which, as I say, it smokes very well. It's got some nice grain. It's a fishtail. Don't really like the P-lips. I've tried them once or twice. I can't say that I've really given it a dedicated try, but the couple of times that I've tried them, I didn't like them. Hey Paul. So this was my first entry. I've had several Petersons before, and each one I've had a pretty poor experience with. Hey Suffolk. So I got this one, and I didn't have any great expectations, but it's still got ash in there. I forgot to empty it, but I have to say it smoked pretty well. Even though the drill is really off, it's not very central, but it smoked okay. But I figured in order to have any kind of sort of respectable time at the competition, I should just get a straight pipe which is going to smoke smoothly. So that's what I've gone with there, so I'll show you that in a minute. I know, Hector, I know. It's shocking. It's a shocking development. I've kind of been going through a lot of introspection over the past couple of days, really considering whether I've really taken it a step too far, and perhaps your influence has rubbed off on me too much. I may have to step back from this whole process with Peterson. We'll see. Daniel, which pipe are you talking about? That one or that one? The one on the right or the left? This one. You'll have seen this a fair bit on my channel recently. This is a Savinelli autograph. It's a really, really lovely pipe. It's old. It's an estate pipe I got on eBay quite recently, but I've smoked it a lot since I got it. It smokes really well. Very, very happy with it. It smokes fantastic. I've had a fair few Savinellis. It's got lovely ring grain on it as well, Sandblast. The point of the competition, Suffolk, is slow, to see who can stay lit the longest. The fast ones you don't really see very much these days. So there used to be, if you look on YouTube, you can see the fast smoking ones. You had a certain weight of tobacco, and whoever got through it the first was the winner. Hey Pipes, etc. But nowadays, I've not seen a fast smoking competition in a long, long time. It's not a P-lip. No, I don't like the P-lips. At least the ones that I've tried, I haven't really enjoyed. So let me get it out. Anyway, so that's Savinelli, Daniel. It smokes very, very well. What's weird, Hector? Now, I must be honest, until the last couple of estate pipes, the recent few which I bought, I also had quite a break, especially since I was doing quite a lot of carving myself. I've still got a few blocks. Most of them are really small blocks. I just haven't had the chance with everything that's been going on in my life. I haven't had the chance to really spend some good time out there in the garage. The only one I did was this freehand, which really came out pretty awesome. Very happy with it. Nothing I can do about the flaws in the briar, but overall it's come out really well. Yet to decide what to do with it. I'll probably end up smoking it at some point, or gifting it to somebody, or trading it maybe. We'll see. It really does have some nice grain. What I've noticed is the this particular briar came from Greece. It's Grecian briar. Can't go wrong with a Stanwell, Hector. I must be honest, my first ever Stanwell I bought was a, you guys might remember it, it was a, like a tomahawk style, what do you call them, those ones? I had a Moretti one as well, which was stunning. Pickaxe, thank you, Tim. So I had and I'm kicking myself now because it was a Danish one as well. But I just didn't enjoy the smoke in it. It just wasn't for me, and it wasn't 9mm either. So I sold that a while back. But that was my first one, and it just didn't give me a great experience. So I didn't really touch Stanwells at all until I came across that estate sale which the Danish Pipe Shop held recently. And they got rid of a load of unsmoked estate pipes, and when I picked up that where is it? It was this one here. When I picked this one up, this one was from 2006, was it? 2002. I kind of hey Chad, thanks for the drive-by. Pow pow. When I picked this up, I was kind of skeptical, but it just, because it was old and it was made in Denmark, I figured I'll go again. Hi Tree, hi Jimmy. So I tried it, and it really gave me a fantastic smoke. It was new, unsmoked, old stock, but it smoked really well from the off. Hey Joe. So I was really happy with it. So I took the plunge and I bought another one, which was the 2006 or 9 or something like that. Where is it? You guys know which one it is. It might be in my case. Yeah. So then I bought this one. This one took a little bit longer to break in, but I just loved the grain, and I love the shape. I've kind of got a bit of a love affair with the what's his name shape, the one that my brain won't remember now for a second. Hang on. Hey Bulldog, doing well, thank you. It looks like an acorn, this one, but the reason why I liked it was this little bit which sticks out at the bottom. No, not the pickaxe. It's the one which goes like that. It's like a bent stem. Just brain freeze. Hawkbill, thank you, Hector. So the hawkbill, the ones that I really want is the hawkbill made by Dr. Bob Pipes in America, Bob Keys. Audio is crackly. Sorry, I must be hitting the wire. Let me just move that out of the way. hang on a tick. Don't adjust your set. Alright, let me know if that's better. That should be better now. It's not touching anything, I don't think. There you go. Alright, that should be good now. So, Dr. Bob Pipes, look it up on internet. The reason why I liked his pipes was, number one, is the, that hairdryer was just my battery charger. I've turned it off now. I've got a little job tomorrow, so I need to just have my batteries charged. So I'll do that later or tomorrow. Hey CP. So if you have a look at his pipes, there was two reasons why I liked his pipes, Dr. Bob. Number one is the shape, the hawkbill shape. You can find other hawkbills by, I think Mastro de Paya do them, I think, possibly, and a couple of other ones. But the best, most, in my opinion, the most beautifully implemented hawkbill is by Dr. Bob. And he's also got this unbelievable rustication. I have no idea how he does it. It's just, check it out. Just look it up online and you'll see. It's just really, really beautiful. I saw that question, Daniel. We'll get there in a sec. So I really would like to. I actually got in touch with him maybe about 6 months ago, and I asked him if he would make one for me with a 9mm filter. Initially he said yes, and then he looked into it. I don't think he'd made the 9mm before, but he looked into it, and because of the shape, because it's got such a curvature to it, he declined, which is a bit of a shame. There's a couple of carvers out there that I want to at some point to order from. There was him, and there was Abe Herbor, is it pronounced? I like his work. And there was also Steve Morissette. Steve Morissette also got some stunning pipes. I like the way he makes his pipes, so I would love to order one from him. The problem is the money always. That's always the issue. They're not cheap. Whenever you buy an artisan custom-made pipe, they're not cheap. For that reason, somebody like Paul Menard is very good value for money, because his pipes are very, very well made, very precise, and they're in the, say, $250 mark, which is, in the grand scheme of things, is a really good price. And he's quite a perfectionist. Hi, Andrew. He's quite a perfectionist, and if you look at his work and the way, especially his stem and shank the joint there is just flawless, absolutely flawless. And look, since I started doing pipes myself, I can see how that's achieved and fine. But still, the way he does it is really flawless. Very, very impressed with his work. Hector, I'm going to see if I can get it online. I'll show you a picture. His it's worth looking. The whole hawkbill shape is somewhat eccentric, I grant you that. But his ones are just so symmetrical. They just seem to work so much better than the ones done by, say, Mastro de Paya and that kind of thing. See if he's got quite a few pipes available at the moment. I know they're all sold. I'm talking out my hat. In fact, I think he's got nothing available on his website right now. So I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. That's his hawkbill. And yes, it is a weird shape, but I find his to be the most symmetrical. I mean, that's the hawkbill. You either love it or you don't. That's basically what it is. So, Daniel, to come back to your question. Which is my favourite pipe on my desk? That's a really tough question. I think every pipe smoker would have a challenge with that, because I think that the best pipe on your desk is really the one that you just fancy at that particular moment in time, and that's why you select that pipe really. And your mood sort of really has an effect on which particular pipe you like at that any given time. At present, if I had to select a pipe, our Metalhead also has Hawkbills. I haven't seen him smoke those. He seems to be smoking a lot of Meerschaums these days, but Aaron, he smokes Hawkbills as well, Briar Boy. It's funny how you just go through phases of which is your favourite pipe. I don't really know at this stage. It's a difficult question. It's a difficult one. I really do like this Savinelli Autograph. It's a very, very good smoker. It really is. I do like this pipe, I must say. Would I say it's my favourite? I don't know. I don't think so. You know what? I don't think I have a favourite. I think I have a rotation of pipes which I enjoy smoking more regularly than others. I think it's probably the best way I can put it. You know, we all like all pipes, but there are some which just get smoked more regularly. I don't think I have a one particular favourite. The only one which I would say, for sentimental reasons, is the one that I mentioned in my VR the other day, which is the Soren Refberg Lovat, which I hardly ever smoke because it's not filtered. But other than that, in terms of the pipes that I smoke, I would say that the ones that you see me smoke regularly, you know, these ones here rotate fairly regularly, and I've got a couple more racks behind me, and they tend to just sort of swap around. And those are the ones which are my favourites. Danish style egg. Yeah. Why not? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's you know, we move around. We move around in shapes all the time. Yes, Joe. Favourite child? Why not? That's easy. Much easier than selecting a favourite pipe. Cheers, everybody. Earl Grey tea. I haven't drunk this for a while now, and it's good. Alright, so you want to see this pipe? Yeah, absolutely. Three Rivers. Absolutely. Every day, every mood, every weather, every tobacco, everything changes every single day. There's really, for me, I couldn't point out a single pipe. I really couldn't. Okay, so I have actually shown this. Did I show this on Friday? I think I did. So this is the pipe which I'm going to start breaking in tonight and see how it smokes compared to the other Peterson, which is here. And we'll see. I'm going to try and give these both as much smoke time as possible in the next 48 hours and choose one when it comes to the competition. It's got some nice grain, some nice bird's eye. Fur is a full one, absolutely true. He's got these on sale at GQ Tobaccos, I think at £42. They're absolute steal if you're in the market for a Peterson. I hear where you're coming from, Tim, in terms of finances, but I tell you what, you're not going to get a better value pipe than this. I challenge anybody, unless you get lucky and get a decent basket pipe. But this is a crazy bargain. Yeah, he actually sent me a bunch of them. He let me choose my favourite one out of a bunch. So I've got a few here. I'll ask him if I can bring them to the show. But he may want them back before then, so I'll see. Maybe we can do that. Hey Jordan, how are you? I saw your comment. Something I need to try as well is doing bands. anything other than just straight briar and stem. I do want to. I've got a bunch of pen blanks, like Zebrano and boxwood and these kind of things. So I might start, experimenting with that at some point. What draws me to a pipe? Shotgun shells. I wouldn't know how to work with metal at all. I wouldn't have the first idea of how to work with metal. But and I don't even know how to do the wood bands. I'm just imagining that when you're turning the shank, you just turn that wherever you want the band to be narrower, so you can slip the band over it. But then the band you've got to then drill and then stick over it and then turn it. It's all time consuming, and it's you've got to make sure it's faced off right, so it's flat, so you've got a really nice transition and a really nice joint. That's all skills that I need to learn, because I really don't know anything about that stuff. Yeah, they do 9mm, certainly. They've been doing 9mm for a long time. As long as I've been smoking, certainly, and probably long before. Right, in terms of the tobacco tonight, it's a tobacco I haven't tried. I've been wanting to try this for a long time. I think I got this tin from Danny Shaw, if I'm not mistaken. And I think it's going to have some age. I don't know how much. But I would estimate it's going to be at least 5 years old. But I don't know for sure. So we'll see how that tastes. And that's a Virginia Burley, I think. What draws me to a pipe, Daniel? Well, yes, tree. I think we'll be getting 3 grams of tobacco. I am going to break it in with an esoterica. Yes, Hector. I've still got a bit of posh blood in me. And I'm going to sacrifice a bowl of Tilbury to break in my economic, low-down, cheap, commoner pipe. How's that for you, Hector? No, it's not going to taste good. You're right. No, I'm obviously not going to make a judgment based on that, so I'm not going to do a first impressions video. Yeah, it probably will taste bad. I'm sure you're right. Although it is pre-carbonized, and even though it is pre-carbonized, I'm still going to get the honey in on there. So hopefully it won't be too bad. So what draws me to a pipe, Daniel, at the third time of asking? It's subliminal, You know what? I can't give you a clear answer. I think it's subliminal for me, and I think a lot of it is influenced by the last smoke that I had with a particular pipe, whether I enjoyed it or not. I won't necessarily be thinking about it as I smoke, but it'll be subliminal. And this pipe which I was talking about, the Savinelli, I can't put my finger at it and say, yeah, I smoked this tobacco in it and it was great. I just remember that I had good smokes in it. So I'll sort of grab it probably before I'm going to grab this Bentley. And this one, it's a lovely pipe. It's a little bit on the small side, but it's great. It's a great car pipe, and it smokes very, very well, and I enjoy smoking it. But that one gives me a better smoke so far. It's probably had a lot more smokes through it historically, and so it's no surprise that it smokes well. But it's really just a matter of, I think it's subliminal. Right, let's get this tin open. Well, that's well stuck in there. There's good adhesion there. That's, I think, there's a little bit of the sugars there. Oh man, that is stuck tight. Here we go. Oh my lord. Look at that. That's got to be old. Hi Sam. Oh my good golly. No wonder it was stuck. Look how brown that paper is. Look at that bit of tobacco there, it's almost white. Oh, that smells good, very fruity. There's a lot of glistening going on. There you can see the sugars on that piece there. That's white. Over there. You make a fair point, Hector, you do. CP, it depends how soon you want to smoke it. If you want to leave it for 10 years, then don't open it, just leave it in the tin. You might want to put a bit of tape around the joint to make sure it stays sealed. Some people do that. You could put it into another bag. You can even vacuum it, which a lot of people do. But if it's if you want to smoke it in the next, I would say 6 months or so, I would jar it. Because I do find that tobacco improves when it's been jarred a bit, when it's had some oxygen to it. That's my experience anyway. I have to say it's actually extremely moist as well. It's phenomenal to think how these things retain their moisture. It's extremely moist. It is almost Samuel Gawith moist. Well, I'll have to revise my opinion of how old it is. It's got to be more than 5 years. I would say it's somewhere between 10 and 20 years, but I don't know if you can tell on the label or not. Did you open up that tin, CP? That Pembroke, did you open it? Was it that kind of colour? Okay, 5 years, cool. Either way, if it tastes good, it tastes good. It does say extra mature on the tin, yes. Right, it was that colour. Okay, so it must be about 5 or 6 years then. Yeah, broad cut, extra mature. Does that date it in any way? Does that make it newer or older, Suffolk? Oh, that's interesting. It's 2 ounces. 56.7 grams. So this was obviously made for the American market. Slightly more in it than the tins here in the UK. So I think I'm gonna get the honey going. I think if you guys, Tree, are you coming to the Nottingham Pipe Show? Tim, you coming? Perhaps I'll bring that tin with me so you can all have a taster. Oh, Dale Pipe, you're going to be there as well. Cool. Look forward. Don't remember if I saw you last time, or perhaps we hadn't interacted by then. So that's the green. Which is the other one? The jar. Which jar are you talking about? This one here. The pipe show is on the 27th, I think it is, on the Sunday. So this is Erinmore, and that's Royal Jersey, Cavendish, Virginia. 26th, okay, 27th is when I'm travelling. Health permitting, I'm supposed to be going to Spain on Monday with the wife for a few days. Yeah, no, definitely the Erinmore. I'm not usually impressed with this one. I haven't really given it enough of a shot yet, but so far I haven't really enjoyed it. I've become a big fan of Erinmore. Big fan. Oh, there we go. We popped a tin of, what was it, Pembroke? Where's the lid? Tilbury. Yeah, it's very dark. The only numbers on there is 987. So I don't know what that means. Right, where's the pipe? Well, the honey I do now with every pipe, and it's just what I do. It's just my ritual. You're right, in principle, shouldn't need it at all, but there's no question it will still assist adhesion to the bowl if the honey's in there, and it will sort of caramelize and burn and create carbon. Whereas sometimes the coatings that you get in pipes are not carbonated, although they call them pre-carbonized, but they're sometimes just a food-based coating, which is just there to also carbonize once you burn tobacco in it. So this is just something which I've done and I've continued to do, so I do it with all my pipes now, and it works for me. Hey Meeks. Plus, if anything I can do to accelerate it is all to the good, seeing as I want to use it on Tuesday at the competition, possibly either this one or the other one. But if I do end up using this one, I want it to taste good. Hey Lee, from what I understand, it's going to be a Latakia blend, which I hadn't really intended this being a Latakia pipe, but if I smoke the odd bowl on it, it's not the end of the world. So I'm kind of happy to smoke something sweet, a Virginia, to just leave a little bit of a sweet flavour in there, so that even if it is a Latakia, at least I'll get some legacy sweetness out of it. If it happens to be a particularly dodgy tobacco, I'm sure it won't be dodgy. In what way, Daniel? Being that it's an acrylic stem. The only reason why I don't like acrylic stems is just I find them to be extremely hard, and they're just, really sort of got quite a unforgiving texture to them. So when you bite down on them, you can hear the click. It's like plastic on plastic, and it just feels unforgiving compared to ebonite or a Cumberland stem or anything like that. They just feel a lot softer. It's more of a rubbery texture, whereas this is a plastic texture. It is what it is. It's plastic. Acrylic is plastic. Thank you, Meeks. I hope I do get a fairly respectable time. I'm not expecting to do particularly well, as I've never done it before, and I'll probably be too excited and smoke too quickly or whatever. And I don't know any of the tricks of the trade of how to keep it alight for a long time. I've tried it over the last few days to try and see how long I can go, and we'll do that now actually, and we'll see how we go. I don't know how moist or how dry that tobacco will be, whatever it is that they give us. Smoke slower if it tastes like crap, maybe. But the point is to smoke it at a cadence that keeps it alive, keeps it alight. That's really the issue. Yeah, I've never really used the breed method. I know your dad talked about it once or twice. Good evening, Mike. Alright, let's get this on the road. It's dried up enough. Well, all of the methods of packing a pipe are all designed to do one thing, and that is to have the right amount of space in the bowl, the right amount of oxygen getting to it. And everybody has their own method on what works best for them. This method that I use, I discovered afterwards that it actually does have a name. I don't remember what it was, but there are people who do this method. But for me, this was just something which I just developed with practice. It just came to me over time. I hope you guys can hear me, but my screen seems to have frozen. Can you see the pipe in front of you now? Hang on a second. Yeah, I can see all your messages, but it's just frozen. But it's not like there's a lot going on my screen anyway, usually. I'm sure it'll come back shortly. So hang in there. I think you're right, Pipes. Well, flavour-wise, it's quite light so far. I'm not getting any bad flavours so far, thankfully. It does have quite a bit of resistance on the draw. Mike has got an extremely informative channel. One of the best out there at the moment. Not quite trying to cause any blushes for you, Mike, but it's true. Well, Daniel, my solution was filtered pipes, but I did struggle on, and I found that Latakia blends smoked a lot cooler, and I didn't have too much tongue bite with Latakia blends. So it certainly could be a way to just sort of getting your mouth used to smoking. Yeah, well, you would get hot steam. So, and you can't see this, I'm just showing you the pipe, but I'm smoking this pipe for a few minutes now, and I've already got some gurgle. This was the problem that I had with my Peterson pipes, with all the ones that I've had so far, except for the estate one that I just bought. Anybody got any ideas how I can unfreeze the screen, besides for ending it and restarting? Hey Josh. Technical tap. Well, I'm doing it on an iPhone, so F5 won't help. This is always the downside with a 9mm pipe, is that you can't run a filter, a pipe cleaner through it. There's obviously moisture gathering in there already. You've got anything going on the screen, Pipe Man? Can you see me showing my pipe at the moment? Oh wow. You must have a special direct line, Pipe Man, because nobody else can see it. I can't even see it on my phone, and I'm holding it in front of my phone. This tobacco reminds me very much of some of the McBaron, like the Mature Virginia, quite similar. Not as deep as the Mature Virginia. It won't, as long as I'm crashed at this end. My phone is crashed. It's obviously still recording sound, and it's just frozen on a picture, which is a picture that you see on the screen now, which is the matches, the Swan Vesta matches on my leather tray. Yeah, thanks. It is a nice tray. They're very, very useful. Made by Agape Custom Leather. And it's really great when you're putting stuff back into the jar or tin. You can just fold. I'm showing it to you. You can't even see it, but you can fold it into any shape you want, and then use it to pour it back into the jar. Alright guys, I can see the numbers are dwindling. I think people are getting a bit fed up, so I'm going to restart, okay?